Welcome to the Tyranny of Hope, where we bridge the gap between therapy and everyday life. I'm Breedlove, your host, and this podcast is all about putting therapeutic concepts into practice. Each episode, we'll tackle real-world challenges, from setting boundaries to healing trauma, from mending relationships to overcoming addictions. You'll hear from counselors and learn practical strategies you can use right away. So whether you're in therapy or just focused on personal growth, you're in the right place. Let's turn hope into action and make real progress together. This is the Tyranny of Hope. Hey, welcome back to the Tyranny of Hope podcast, where we dive deep into mental health and addiction recovery and the tools that we need to thrive in our personal and relational lives. I'm Breedlove, and I'm thrilled to have you with me today. Hey, today's episode is all about why treatment works, specifically for sex addiction. We're going to be exploring the insights from Dr. Patrick Carnes' video, Why Treatment Works, which unpacks the transformative power of therapy and recovery. Carnes takes us through the science and the stages of healing and the emotional breakthroughs that help individuals break free from the grip of addiction. And so whether you're walking this road yourself, or you're supporting someone who is, or you're just curious about how recovery works, there's going to be something in this episode for you. So let's get into it. So let's start with the elephant in the room. Those misconceptions about therapy. How often have we seen it in movies or in the media? Therapy is like portrayed as this ineffective, overpriced exercise in just talking without results. Like think of the comedies or where the therapists just kind of nod along or they go to sleep, or the dramas where therapy is just framed as a scam. Dr. Carnes addresses this head on. He acknowledges that skepticism is real, but he challenges us to consider the evidence. He shares stories of individuals who've achieved lasting recovery through treatment. He points to certified sex addiction therapists, the people who've been in long-term recovery, and the clinic owners who've actually seen these lives transformed firsthand. And the question that Dr. Carnes asks is, does treatment actually work? And his answer is yes, absolutely. But not because it's magic. It works because of a structured process, a roadmap, if you will. It's that roadmap that allows people to confront their pain, build resilience, and ultimately reclaim their lives. Recovery is a journey. It's not a destination. And Dr. Carnes' research revealed 6 distinct stages that people go through in therapy. These stages are universal to the healing process, no matter where someone starts. The first stage is awareness and denial. This is when someone begins to see the impact of their addiction, but might still resist fully accepting it. Then comes insight, a pivotal moment where they realize that they need help and commit to seeking it. And then next, that's what Carnes calls the shock and disbelief phase. Facing the truth about addiction can be overwhelming, and people often feel angry. They feel angry at themselves, at their circumstances, at God, or even at those who are trying to help them. But over time, that anger will fade away, and grieving takes place. And grief is where forgiveness and acceptance start to emerge. It's also where deeper insight occurs as people confront their pain and begin to, do the work of repairing their relationships. Carnes likens this process to Joseph Campbell's hero's journey. It's not easy, but it's transformational. And at the end of the journey is freedom. Interesting, one of the most compelling parts of Dr. Carnes' presentation is his explanation of addiction as a brain disease. This isn't just like a bad habit or a moral failing. It's a condition that rewires the brain, especially the decision-making and reward pathways. Modern neuroscience backs this up. Carnes references Dr. Norman Doidge's book, The Brain's Way of Healing, to explain how the brain adapts during recovery. Just like, physical therapy can help someone recover after an injury, psychological therapy helps rewire the brain after addiction. But before healing can happen, detox is essential. For many, that means stepping away from substances like alcohol or drugs. But in the case of sex addiction, detoxing involves like abstaining from compulsive sexual behaviors, which prepares the brain for the work ahead and allows the reward system to reset. And Carnes also highlights the concept of neuromodulation, which helps calm the brain and create space for change. Think of it like, defragging a computer. It clears out the noise so that the brain can process new patterns of thinking and behavior. And this is where the environment plays a huge role. Inpatient treatment centers, for example, are designed to be safe, structured spaces where individuals can focus entirely on healing. In these settings, people learn like, strategies to reframe their thoughts. They quiet the error codes in their minds and they build a foundation for recovery. Now, let's talk about the hardest part, making the decision to get help. Dr. Carnes frames this as an act of courage. He uses the analogy of rescuing a vulnerable child. So, imagine with me if a child were in harm's way, what would you do to save them? You would do whatever was in your power. Carnes asks us to see ourselves with the same compassion. Seeking help is scary and it's so vulnerable, but it's also a powerful step towards transformation. Carnes emphasizes the epiphany moments that happen in recovery, the breakthroughs where everything clicks and priorities shift. These moments are what make the hard work worth it. So, as we wrap up today's episode of The Tyranny of Hope, we've explored why treatment for sex addiction works, guided by insights from Dr. Patrick Carnes' Why Treatment Works, this video that he has on YouTube. I encourage you to look at it. It's like 40 minutes long. It's probably catered more to therapists like myself, but I thought it would be helpful for those of you who listen to this podcast just to get some insight from it. So therapy isn't just about breaking bad habits, it's about rewiring the brain, healing relationships, and reclaiming your life. Recovery is a courageous journey through stages like denial, insight, and grief, and moving toward forgiveness and transformation. With the help of structured environments and skilled therapists and the latest neuroscience, individuals can reset their brain's reward systems and embrace lasting change. And if today's episode resonated with you, or maybe someone that you know, hey, consider taking the next step, whether that's just reaching out for help, exploring treatment options, or reading resources like Dr. Carnes' book, Out of the Shadows. Remember, seeking help is a powerful act of self-compassion. So thank you for joining me today. Let's keep spreading hope and healing and the belief that transformation is possible. Until next time, this is West. Take care of yourself and those you love, and be gentle with yourself and with others.